Normally I would explain the video right now, but I have another PokéTuber here today to do it for me.
Hey, I'm Sensei, and today we're counting down the top 10 features for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. These aren't just new features, but also old features we'd love to see being brought into these new games. After you're done watching this video, make sure to head over to my channel for part 2 where we cover the rest of this list.
So with that said, without further ado, let's start. Number 10, multiple save slots. This is a feature that Game Freak has denied us for a very long time, and in some ways that's actually understandable. Multiple save states would take up a lot of data on both the game cartridge and the system that the game is being played on, in this case the 3DS. Also, it would basically just make it harder to manage your Pokemon, and considering that your game can connect to the Nintendo Network, it would just be a little bit confusing to have different Pokemon under the same account. However, the 3DS could easily support these save states, with its cartridges being large enough for most likely holding multiple saves. And it's also the first Nintendo handheld to be able to switch between accounts. This would allow for save states like Breath of the Wild, in which accounts are switched back and forth to access different saves. It would eliminate that confusion like I said before for the most part, and guarantee us a new fun feature. By fun I mean, yeah, you could have more fun with more people. With all of that said, please, dude, please.
This was a pretty useful feature that Pokemon has used on and off, and sometimes even halfway through their games. Sun and Moon, however, was one of those games that didn't have this feature, period. This is kind of a major loss when we look back at Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which arguably had the best feature for rebattling trainers to date. It lets you train for tough battles much more easily than battling the typically weaker wild Pokemon that are accessible to you. Not having this feature unnecessarily increases the time you have to spend level grinding, so it would be great to see it return in the upcoming games.
Number 8, a better way to transfer a Pokemon. Now, I may be a cheapskate for including this, but I kinda don't feel like paying for Pokemon Bank. Yes, I know it's only like $1 per year, but I don't have that much money. Also, the previous transfer methods, although they were a bit more convoluted, were free and accessible in-game. Pokemon Bank is an external software that takes up even more of your precious space on the storage-limited 3DS. With that said, it would probably be time to combine the best of both worlds, that is, in an in-game solution that is free but doesn't require weird stuff like this. Doing so would probably encourage more people to get new games, as well as transfer up and be happy.
Z-moves are a pretty good idea used in Pokemon Sun and Moon, basically being the Mega Evolution equivalent for just well moves. They've already become commonplace in competitive battling and are usually a great asset in a pinch. However, there are usually only 1 or 2 Z-moves per type currently. In Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it'd be great to see them expand upon this more, making a variety of Z-moves that, while still balanced, would offer more mixing up to the gameplay. It would also add on to the story by changing battles you would have with the Kahunas from the original games. Plus, we'd get much more memes like this. And this. That's always a good thing.
Number 6, better online functionality. I must say something. The online multiplayer system in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was epic, although most people don't think that the games themselves were epic. Except for me, because I do that all the time. It's among many other superiorities that the Generation 6 remakes had to Generation 7, as I've already said many times. And then Sun and Moon comes with this weird Plaza thing that they advertised for some reason. I don't know why you'd advertise this. It's confusing at first and not quite as efficient as the PSS system in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. For like 10 minutes after visiting this place, I didn't even know how to exit, so I think that says something. Instead of entering a new world, a PSS on the bottom screen like in Generation 6 would probably be much quicker and straightforward than finding the right building to battle in, talking to the guys that just show up out of nowhere, etc. It would also eliminate what I could imagine as a big hog of storage space on the cartridge, and free it up for other uses like the ones previously mentioned. So those are our picks. Obviously, there are many more other improvements to be made, so what do you think? What new features would you like to see in these new games? Please leave a comment down below.
Now that you're done watching this video, why not head over to my channel where we cover the rest of this list. Hope to see all of you there.
If you're new here, you could also subscribe to see videos like this twice a week. Regardless, bow to the Sensei, and I will see you in the next video.